Alright guys, on today's episode of Wristwatch Check, we are taking a look at one of the rarest Cartier Mousti tanks that you can find when it comes to the neo-vintage era of Cartier. So with that being said, let's turn the camera around and take a closer look at what makes this Cartier so rare. So on my wrist today is a simple Cartier Tank from the Mousti Cartier line. That means that this watch is a gold-plated sterling silver case, and it houses a quartz movement from the neo-vintage era of the Cartier Tank. This specific example is a bit more different than the normal Mousti Cartiers that we would find in the market today. This is the reference 2413, which means that this is the more uncommon jumbo size of the Cartier Tank. This one comes in at 26 by 34 millimeters with a lug width of 20 millimeters. Which is much larger than the normal Cartier Tank Louise and Mousti Cartiers from this era. The normal size would be 23 by 30 millimeters with an 18 millimeter lug width, which means that this watch is much larger. And this one does also come with a very unique dial. As you can see, it is raised where the numerals and the minute tracks are, and it has the Cartier logo going throughout the whole dial in a very light color of gray. This dial is very casual in my opinion. We took a closer look at it on the ACC. It is a true Cartier tank, but at the same time it has a lot of design elements that we wouldn't normally find with Cartier. Cartier is known for elegance and classic timeless design. This switches it up a bit. It makes it a bit more fun, a bit more casual. It dresses down the Cartier. It still has blued hands, the famous Cartier name, and the same Cartier tank shape, but this time with a date window at 3 that does function by itself when you pull the crown out just once, a hacking seconds hand because it is a quartz movement, and then we have the dial, which is in my opinion one of the most casual dials that we have seen Cartier do with a Cartier tank. Now this specific example is for sale over at huntingtoncompany.com, and I don't think it'll last long. These watches are very rare, and the reference 2413 only sees a handful of examples for sale at any given time, maybe 4 to 5. I honestly don't know why these watches are so rare. You would think that Cartier would come out with as many of the large sizes as they would the regular 23 by 30 millimeter sizes, but they didn't. So there are only a handful for sale of this very special reference 2413, and if you want to get your hands on one, go take a look at the watch shop over at huntingtoncompany.com, because I promise you this Cartier jumbo will not disappoint.